would like to kind of understand where is your company at when it comes to the journey that is software knowledge documentation. In 2024, that is still a very important topic to be discussed. So, what is your perspective? What is your company's perspective on this?
So there are two aspects to it. One is, how do you fix the problem that you have right now? And the second one is preventative. How do you ensure that you don't get into these sort of problems periodically in the future? There's no point sort of letting the malaise built up and then go on a binge to clean it up. So the first problem, like there was a lot of discussion today, and there is no clean solution. And because of a lot of the problems with lack of data, lack of documentation, lack of things, and so on and so forth. Second, there are lots of good choices and options, a matter of discipline, following certain requirements and all that. On the journey, on the first aspect, um, we have started looking at modernization in some pieces and parts. So I think divide and conquer is the best approach. You know, uh, don't try to go after everything right away. My ex-CEO used to always say, nail it before you're talking about scaling it. So nail it before you scale it. And so I think that's the approach. And we have made some decent amount of progress in pinpointing, uh, certain areas and making progress in that.
Sam, one of the things that's also trending in a lot of tech organizations and almost all organizations is sustainability, all right? And green software also comes into picture because of that, right? And it's been in the picture for maybe 1 or 2 years now. But at what point of journey are we in? You could talk about perhaps about your company or perhaps the whole tech sphere. Where are we?
So from so green in general, yes, it's big in the printing packaging industry and in the consumer goods industry and all that. But when you talk about software, I think not just my company. Overall, there is very little progress. In fact, the applications are getting more ambitious, more power hungry. I mean, where does the impact, come from? Computing, these precision computing equipment require precision ACs, which are putting green gases out, greenhouse effects, it's putting the CFCs out in the atmosphere. Same thing with more and more and more voracious power in terms of that. Just because you move to cloud, you know, somebody else's data center, Amazon or whatever, doesn't mean you reduce the green footprint. It's still indirectly. It's kind of like the same argument that you hear in auto industry. Electric cars, great, but how are you charging them, and where is that power generated from? So it's a closed loop system is going to take time. We are still, our industry, the whole industry, tech industry, is in a cycle of consuming more and more and more, unless there is enough incentives to start creating fundamental circuitry and chips, etc., that's low power, you know, mandated by the governments and so on and so forth. So we can get more flops with less, lesser and lesser footprint and lesser and lesser power requirement. So I think there is a lot needs to be done going forward. So,
Sam, thanks for taking the time out.
my pleasure. Thanks.